Welcome back. This is a gang story, meaning we're working in suits and ties and we're chasing gang members. 99% of them are Latino because that's the area we work. This is a story about how citizens helped us. A citizen helped us. And on realcopstoriesvideos.com, you can look it up. We had one where we were being assaulted, kind of, trying to arrest people. And one guy was going to attack me and my partner. And a citizen came up out of the dark with a bat and hit him in the back of the head, knocked him out, and then took off. Talk about helpful, huh? Very good. This is like something like that, okay? Look that one up. We, in working this unit, we would get called all the time by detectives to look for suspects that were wanted, okay? And they give us the flyer, they give us this picture, and then since they knew we were gang experts, we usually knew where they hung out or where they lived and what kind of cars they drive. So we would actually, usually within a day or two, we'd have them in custody. These guys trying to find them, and we'd stake on the house. We had time. We had plain clothes, we had plain car. Or we go hang out where they hang out, in the park or something. And then sure enough, they come tooling up there and we jump out and grab them. They have no idea what we got them for. We never told them until we got them handcuffed. And then put them in the car and off we go. And then get to the station. And, wait a minute, oh, robbery. Remember you did that? Oh, no, I don't know nothing. Okay, fine. So we got a flyer on a murder suspect. He had a distinct name, and they told us that his name was tattooed on the back of his neck. That would help, okay? So fine. So we started looking for him. And one of the areas we looked at, I think it was the second day looking for him, they were like government housing projects, 2-story brick complexes with walkways and big grassy areas between them. Federally subsidized. You and I as taxpayers pay for these people to pay $80 a month for a 3-bedroom apartment, including utilities. But that's where we hung out at. Okay, so we don't have radios on our side. We would get out of our car and have to walk into these areas with no radio because they just wouldn't have them. They're in the cars. So we're walking down the walkway and we turn a corner, and there's a bunch of guys sitting in a circle. And they're 3 or 4 of them are gang members, okay? And so we look over and I see my partner gives me a look. He looks down and I look down. We see the guy sitting there that we're looking for, wanted for murder, okay? And there's like 6 of them and 2 of us. And he has his name tattooed on his neck. So my partner looks at me and he nods, like, go get help. And so I give him a nod and I just kind of saunter away. I don't let them know where I'm leaving. They don't know what we're there for. He starts talking to them like it's an everyday, we're just walking by. And I'm worried about my partner. I have to walk a long way to get to my car. Well, I only went to turn the corner. There was a lady standing there in her door, in her screen door, a Latin lady, watching us. So you could see us with those guys. And I looked at her and I opened my coat up. She could see my badge. And I said, could you do me a favor in Spanish? What? Could you call the police and tell them we need help? And give this address right here? And she goes, okay, thank you. And she shuts the door and she went inside, okay? So I thought, well, maybe I think it's going to work. I said, I'm not going to leave my partner. So the worst thing we're going to do is we're going to walk up and we're going to grab him with our gun. I figure we're going to. I've done this before with my partner. There's 3 of us very close. In fact, we had a bounty put on us. That's one of the other stories. 3 of us. We had our names written on the wall and all kinds of stuff. We knew. So we would always walk in on these places, and most of the time if we were outnumbered, we start searching. One of us would start searching. The other one would take his gun out and just hold it aside and make sure they see it. Okay. And thinking, oh no, these officers are crazy. And that's right. Why don't think they were crazy? Because that way they can't pull anything on us. They can't lure us into a sense of security, which there really isn't. So I look at my partner, I nod my head, like everything's okay, and we're standing there. Okay, and then I'm thinking, okay, if nobody shows up in a couple minutes, I'm going to tell them that I asked a citizen and it didn't work, and we're going to have to take them down ourselves, which is not a big deal. But it'd be a lot easier with us of just walking up to them with backup coming instead of us pulling out our guns and say, everybody get on the ground and we'll kill all of you, that kind of stuff. Okay. Like somebody you see in Hollywood, some that Mel Gibson would do with some of these action-packed movies, with guns everywhere. So we're standing there. Well, sure enough, we hear sirens coming. And my partner gives him this look, and I look at him, and I go like this. I nod my head. He smiles, because that's the cavalry. Here they come, okay? She called the police. And not only did they come, but they drove up on the grass with their police cars, and they're driving down the sidewalk on top of lawn, shooting for us, okay? So those guys see us, and as soon as we see the black and whites getting closer, we say, and now now we're pulling the macho thing. Pull out our guns, and we go, okay, everybody stand up and don't move. And they're all like, oh my. So they had no idea what we're doing there still. They don't. So they all stand up, hands behind their back, hands behind their head. And now I'm officer running up. I said, search him. So we're searching everybody. Well, my partner and I go to the main guy. We go to him. And we search him. Everybody's clean. One guy had some pot or something, but that's not our problem. So we get our guy and we cuff him. And he, what's going on? What's going on? And we call him by his nickname. That was it. We knew his nickname. We knew him anyway. But we knew his nickname. And he looked at us like, how'd you know my nickname? And we said, we're coming here. You got a murder warrant. Oh no, it was a misunderstanding. Well, okay, fine. Well, that's fine. That's mildly interesting. So Supervisor gets there, we tell him what happened, he smiles, that's pretty good. So we clear the scene. Take him back, call the detectives, they come in on that one, that's how important it is. It's 9 o'clock at night, they're coming in from home, because they got their murder suspect, they got him. And they don't want us to mess up their case by trying to talk to the guy, they'll do it their way, give him his rights and all that stuff, and a tape recorder room and all that good stuff. So they were happy. So we got done with that, we gave him the body, and our supervisor was happy with it, and we just took off, went to work. Okay, well the next day we come to work, and we're sitting in the car getting ready to go out, and I say, hey man, we got to, well he asked me that night, and that next day I said, he asked me how did the cavalry get there, and I told him, and then the next day I said, we got to do something with that lady. He goes, what do you want to do? I said, well let's go down to a flower stand, and let's open up our mothballed wallets, and let's get her a bouquet of roses, and maybe a little bit of candy, and we'll go thank her. He goes, well that's good. So we went over there, and since he knew who we were, we got everything for like $5. Okay, I mean it wasn't a big deal. So we drove over there, knocked on the door. She saw me first, and I smiled at her and told her in Spanish. We both speak Spanish, and she let us in the house. I don't think she wanted anybody to see that we were there, but I don't know. We were in suits. It doesn't really matter. There's suits officers all over the place in this part of the city, and we thanked her. And her husband stood there, and he never told her, which is not my fault, but she never told him what she did. But then once he thought she was in trouble. And then we told him, no, we're here, because, we're talking to her, and he's all nervous, and she's all serious, and all of a sudden you just see the blood, come back into their faces. And we thanked her and gave her the flowers. She knew what to do with flowers. I gave her the candy, and I thanked her very much, and I told her that, that this and that, and no one will ever know you called the police, because they're worried about that. And he was all smiles, and thank you again, you got a great wife, and which she did. It was a great thing to do. Really, she didn't have to do it, And it helped us a lot. We didn't have to pull the guns out and start grabbing people and stuff, which is fine, I don't care, but it was a nice gesture on her part, and she helped us, and we took care of the suspect, and everything's fine. Everything worked out really well. We got accommodation for it and everything like that. So anyway, that's how some of the inner workings goes on. Citizens Help. Hope you liked it, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.